Hello, welcome to today's topic on natural and man-made disasters. Let's listen to this clip.
Every year in the United States, they cause significant damages and 25 to 50 deaths. Globally, landslides cause billions of dollars in damages and thousands of deaths and injuries each year. Landslides are a geological activity in which falling of rocks and soil occur down a slope of land. Heavy rain, small earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and of course, the gravitational forces are the driving forces of landslides. The human activities like mining, construction, and quarrying also can cause landsliding. Landslides cause property damage, injury, and death, and adversely affect a variety of resources. Sites where leach field septic systems are used. Several factors contribute to flooding. Two key elements are rainfall intensity and duration. Intensity is the rate of rainfall, and the duration is how long the rain lasts.
Hello, welcome back. You can see that the clips we watched was all about natural and human disasters, or you can say man-made disasters. On the news on a daily basis, we hear about disasters, and a disaster is a sudden event, that causes great damage or loss of life. So a disaster caused by nature include flood, hurricanes and tornadoes, earthquake, but disasters caused by human action, oil spills and gas. Now let's look at flood. The image before you is a flooded environment. Flood is when an area of land that is usually dried is being overflowed with water. So that flood is a natural disaster. This is wildfire, and as you can see, the bushes just burn naturally. Some countries experience this wildfire, and most often it doesn't come down. Now you have tsunami. Tsunami is a quickening of the sea, that is earthquake of the sea. When there is earthquake under the sea, the water comes out and it starts destroying countries, start destroying communities. Some time past, tsunami destroyed 5 nations in Asia, and it was a terrible one. Now, earthquake is the sudden movement of the earth crust. Sudden movement of the earth crust. So movement below the earth crust, causes the earth to quake. You can see the destruction that earthquake causes on buildings, properties, and everything that is within that zone that the earthquake has happened. Now you have another natural disaster, which is volcanic eruption. A volcanic eruption is when lava and gas erupt from a vent in a volcano. So it's almost like an earthquake, but it's a bit different because it has its form. Now you have heat wave, a period of excessively hot weather. So most often you experience such things in the desert regions. That's the heat wave. So like we said earlier, the volcanic eruption is when lava and gas erupt from a vent in a volcano. So this is the image of a volcanic eruption. So you have man-made disasters like aeroplane crash, due to technical fault. See this image of this aeroplane. I believe the passengers in that plane could not survive the incident. Then you have explosion, fire explosion, bomb explosion. Oftentimes terrorists attack buildings, attack nations. Then you have shipwreck. These are man-made disasters. It could be shipwreck due to technical fault. It could be shipwreck due to some other factors other than nature. So the image before you, is that of a shipwreck. Now, natural disaster and man-made disasters, they vary because the natural disaster is the one caused by nature, while man-made disasters are disasters that are caused by natural disasters. Natural disasters, they include tornadoes, flood, drought, blizzard, avalanche, earthquake, tsunami, and volcano. What are natural disasters? First, a disaster is a sudden event that causes great damage or loss of life, just like the image before you. Now, man-made disasters. The first image is that of terrorist attack on building and then the blocking of river channels. The meaning of man-made disasters. Man-made disasters results due to human carelessness. Yes, it happens due to human carelessness. Today, we are going to discuss on natural and man-made disasters. Natural and man-made disasters. Now, the flooding of nature has always pushed behind man's progress since time immemorial. Okay, natural disasters include earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, cyclones, floods and famines, droughts. Humans have learned to live with nature and the onslaught of natural disasters using technology to control it. So earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, and cyclones are all hazards. Hazards are potential problems, okay? Even epidemics, okay? They are potential problems. The release of toxic gases, okay? Fires, wars, all these are hazards, okay? Now, the disasters, they are threats to life. They are hazards that affect a large portion of the country. Can you see the image before you? Yes, this is a very big disaster, but it can be minimized. It can be minimized. We can minimize the effects of the damage caused by disasters. Okay? The first step towards this goal is to actually divide these disasters into two major categories: natural disasters and man-made disasters. Natural disasters occur due to natural phenomenon. You can see it, volcanic eruptions, okay? So they happen due to, now let's talk about man-made disasters. Man-made disasters. Now, most of the natural disasters cannot be prevented or averted. They take their own course, okay? And most of the time, it cannot be controlled, but we can minimize them, like floods, like tsunamis, volcanic eruption, cloud burst, storms, okay? Snow avalanches, landslides. Now, it's only carelessness that can save life properties, okay? If we are very careful, we can save life properties so that it cannot be damaged beyond the level in which we thought. Like earthquakes, landslides, snow avalanches, and tsunamis, all these natural disasters cause a lot of havoc to man. Now, in the event of any natural disaster due to all the causes we have mentioned, it's very important that we save life properties from serious damages when these disasters happen. So this damage of natural disasters caused by droughts, floods, cyclones, volcanic eruptions, okay? Some of them become so intense due to human activities. Now, humans can actually be evacuated before these disasters happen. They can be taken to other places. Now, some of all these natural disasters can be increased by the conditions of humans. Droughts, floods, epidemics, all these are causes of natural disasters. Now, man-made disasters, like we said earlier, that when unplanned settlements in slopes, they may lead to sudden landslides. And even epidemics, diseases can spread in settlements that are not okay. Now, droughts can lead to a very high increase in desertification, okay, which will affect a lot of people. Even low-lying houses, yes, and houses built along canals, all this can increase the activities of flood, and they might not be managed very easily. So it's very important that we don't magnify the effect of natural disasters by blocking rain tunnels. Now, the image before you is that of a woman with a frying pan, and you can see fire in it. She's in her kitchen. This is a man-made disaster. These are disasters which occur due to human activities. They include explosions, oil spills and oil leakage, chemical leakage, toxic gas leakage, wars and strife. These are all examples of man-made disasters. Terrorist attacks, stampedes in large gatherings, riots, desertification, okay, environmental degradation, rail and road accidents. All these are man-made disasters, and oftentimes some of these disasters may be delayed in evacuation time. That is, when it happens, before rescue can come, it takes a lot of time. And the natural disaster could be magnified due to natural causes. Man-made disasters, they can magnify due to natural causes. For example, desertification may accelerate due to long drought, and even epidemics may be intensified in rainy season. Okay, then I've said that droughts too can be accelerated due to long drought condition, that is desertification. If you watch the image before you, it's an environmental degradation due to a blocking of canals. When we block canals, it will increase and make the channels not to flow off properly. So environmental degradation is not the best. Now, it's very important that when we are using machines in our companies or anywhere, we should obey the do's and the don'ts of using machines. Else, if they are not followed properly, it might lead to man-made disaster, like the image you're seeing before you, this fire outbreak in this. I love you, and please be good.